All right. Well, everybody knows Terrence Crawford and Amir Khan are going to be fighting. And there's been a lot of press conferences, a lot of interviews. Bob Arum was at the press conference, I think it was yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, or I think it was yesterday. And he was being interviewed. And right on cue, as he's always been doing lately, he has to bring up the PBC and he has to bring up Al Heyman's name. He seems to be so critical of Al Heyman and PBC because he says that all they're doing is putting on in-house fights and they don't want to work with other promoters. But you know what? If you have been following and you've been paying attention to the history of the sport, and if you've been following Bob Arum, if you remember back in the day when he had Miguel Cotto, he had Joshua Clottey, he had Antonio Margarito, he had Manny Pacquiao, um, he had he had all these welterweights. He had Tim Bradley, he had Juan Manuel Marquez. When he had all of the welterweights, when he had that division on lock, all he did was put on in-house fights. I mean, for Christ's sakes, Manny Pacquiao fought Juan Manuel Marquez 4 times, fought Timothy Bradley 3 times. All he did was just keep it in house. He put on so many rematches just so he can keep the fights in house. But now that he doesn't have the same amount of powerful pieces on the chessboard, now he doesn't like how the game's being played because now the tables turn. Now Al Heyman has that division on lock, just like he had that division on lock back in the 2008 2009 timeline. That's when he had it on lock. So now that Al Heyman has it on lock, and he's pretty much doing the same thing that Bob Arum did 10 years ago. Okay? Because as everyone knows, Al Heyman has the welterweight division on lock. Al Heyman has Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, Errol Spence, Keith Thurman. He's got the whole division on lock. And he's got a whole bunch of other fighters like Josecito Lopez, Andre Berto. So he's got a lot of Devin Alexander. He's got a lot of welterweights where he can just keep making fights upon fights upon fights for days, fights for months, for years. And Bob Arum has Terrence Crawford. That's the only big welterweight he really has. So that's why they have to go after a guy like Amir Khan, who, you can argue there could have been better opponents out there for Terrence Crawford, but he has to cross the street over to the PBC to be able to do that. So now that Arum is on the outside looking in, now that he doesn't have that stable that he once had, and now that Haymon is in that same position he was in 10 years ago, Haymon's doing the same exact thing that he did. But see, all this is hypocrisy. If you've been paying attention, you've been following along, Bob Arum was the king of in-house fights. That's all he did back in the day was in-house fights. He used to get in beefs with promoters all the time. There was a great period of time when he wasn't dealing with anybody. He wasn't dealing with Golden Boy for a while. He wasn't dealing with PBC for the longest, very sparingly. But now that he's in a position where he needs to do crossover promotions, now that he needs to do co-promotions because he doesn't have the stable, now all of a sudden he wants to call out everyone else for doing the same stuff that he did. So let me know what you guys think about this, man, because it's pretty obvious what's going on here. It's pretty obvious what's going on here. So let me know what you guys think. He's been doing this for the longest time. And now that he's not in a position to do it anymore, he's pissed off. That's basically what it is. All right, guys, let me know what you think. That's all I got for now. Until next time, Beeb is out. Talk to y'all soon. Peace. Have a great day.